Today, I felt moved to talk a little bit about these illusions that we have around this shift, around this peace, this space. I've had a number of people say, well, it's easy to be at peace, to not believe your thoughts when everything's going well outside, out here. We also have another idea in this whole spiritual search that yes, it's an inside job. We have to change inside, but it's going to get way better outside when you do that. Kind of like if I've been good enough, it'll all turn happy out here. Um, Sorry to burst your bubble, but again, I'm just going to share my experience on what has been going on. I don't talk a lot about what is happening in my outer world simply because it really has no bearing. It doesn't matter. But if it helps somebody to kind of see through this, to not chase some illusory, wonderful, beautiful idea of what this piece is about, then hopefully it helps. I'm going to share what is currently going on in this outside story of Mike, as well as what has been going on for the past 2 years that I didn't share in my story. Kathy and I have been through what would apparently be a lot of things shifting, being taken away, apparently. And this really has gone on a long time. I used to make a lot of money, and it never bought anything happiness. Never got me anywhere. I used to have a great business that made very good money with very little effort and work. Slowly but surely, all these things apparently had been taken away out here. We ended up, I ended up years ago being addicted to painkillers and actually went as far as altering a prescription to allow more to me. And my luck, but the story of Mike, I immediately got caught. There were felony charges. They got dropped down, but my name got spread through the media. And reputation, Mike's reputation was so precious. That was actually sort of the beginning of part of the awakening that I didn't share in the story. So I was very attached to my name at that point. Within the past 2 years, though, uh, making all that money, not keeping up on it, not paying the taxes, had past due taxes. The state of Montana had passed a brand new law here, probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, that said that if you were behind on your taxes, they could take any licenses you hold within the state. I was, the story of Mike was the guinea pig of that. I was the first to have it done. In my apparent wisdom, everybody told me to fight it. You know, it's a crappy law fight. I had no desire whatsoever to fight it. So when it all came down, my name was in about every newspaper in the state of Montana, on all the news channels, on the radio. And again, there goes the reputation. The ones I felt sorry for more than anything else was Kathy. My mom really had a rough time with it. Um, it bothered me some at that time. That was about a year and a half ago, but not quite to the level, not even close to the level of before with the prescriptions. I had, with that, the business started going down. Ended up losing my license, lost my business. We ended up losing our home that we had purchased 2 years before. That ended up going back to the bank. Currently in rentals, this outside is far from perfect. I've not been able to find a job, apparently, and it's been quite a ride. It's been interesting. No matter what I apply for, nothing seems to be working out. We're currently in a situation where we could get evicted. from the place because I just don't have the money to pay. The only reason I'm sharing this is this inside journey, this peace that we apparently experience has nothing to do, at least in my story, in my experience, with anything out here. The only difference is these things have no bearing. That underlying happiness, that underlying peace is always there. It can't be taken away. We always think that this is going to be beautiful out here. There are ups and downs. They're always going to go. This is just happening. We think that we're going to get into the happy dream. And I have to agree, the course on that, the happy dream, is one of complete non-attachment. You know, a couple of other things that recently happened was over the holidays. I ended up losing my relationship with my sister. And that would normally bother somebody. I couldn't take it personal. None of this is personal. I had some friends that got offended by something I had said on Facebook, and I love these people to death. And they defriended me, wanted nothing to do with me. And all I can do is smile. It's perfect. They're part of this journey. They're part of this story. It's not personal to me. That has nothing to do with me whatsoever. I have found that it's just perfect the way it is. The only time I find that I even begin to suffer is when I think something should be different than what it is. That is absolute insanity. Can you see that? Absolute insanity. It already is. By me not embracing or accepting it, that's when I suffer. That's the only time I suffer. Not that these thoughts still don't come. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and think, oh my God, what are we going to do? How are we going to pay the rent? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And it's funny, it seems to be just late at night. I call them Velcro thoughts. They grab onto me for a bit, maybe 10 seconds. And then I see through the illusoriness of them, the unreality of these thoughts, and they dissipate. This is all unfolding perfectly. I still have preferences, but I don't try to change what is. This is unfolding exactly as it's supposed to for me. I've felt for a long time that the Course is such a good pointer. They talk about this belief in thoughts. They try and undo your thinking, undo your thoughts. But there is one piece that I find one of the best pointers of almost anything I've ever read or heard to help bring us home, to help us see through this just happening, this illusion, this fighting of thoughts. And it is this. It is simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is. All concepts you have learned about the world, all images you hold about yourself. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false, good or bad, of everything it judges worthy, and all ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you have ever learned before from anything. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands unto your God. A Course in Miracles. That to me points so directly to this. There's nothing wrong right now. And please don't take my sharing of the quote apparent problems out here as anything but they don't matter. They can't take away your happiness, your peace in any way, shape, or form. I appreciate you listening to this message. I hope I didn't burst your bubble too much.